Yeah, that's Louis Armstrong Park right there. That's where a temporary tent city was.
Did Occupy have an encampment that got evicted?
Not from what I saw. I do remember they were rallying in front of the Federal Reserve at one point. And that was probably the high point. They just had people marching for a day or a weekend. It then started to fizzle out.
Yeah, Occupy was pretty big up in New Hampshire. It's a good network of people. I'd say that things being done in the name of Occupy is over, but the network's still there.
Yeah, what happened, I think, was... I compare Occupy and the Tea Party to the same thing, because they both believed in the fundamental rights of human beings. They wanted a small federal government. They just wanted people to have their basic freedoms and to be listened to. And unfortunately, like in the Tea Party movement, the far right people co-opted it, and then Occupy, I believe the far left people co-opted it.
Yeah, I try not to use left-right because they're so, like, nonsensical. Well, I understand the tendencies they try and shoot for, but...
Well, like, I believe they started out centralized, and then you have these people who are like, oh yeah, this movement's about this, and they try and put a label on it, and then they try and take control of it.
Yeah, in New Hampshire and other places I've heard stories about, but haven't really investigated myself. They were...
State police right there.
They divided about guns and social welfare programs and whether or not Occupy should be actively supporting them. And so this group split off unless other people supported those things.
Yeah, and it's like one similarity is that a lot of the university chapters, they have like a gun thing. They have an LGB chapter. And I was at the Liberty one. I'm like, why don't we all just pool our resources? I know we don't agree on the same thing, but we could get the numbers.
Larger groups, yeah.
You get the numbers, you get the notoriety, so to speak. You get the attention. The more wheels squeaking, the more grease you get. So yeah, this is Legion Fields right here. Really, it's one of the ghetto streets of New Orleans. High crime rates. Either direction you go. Right is to the highway. Left is to the highway, right is to the river. Yeah, one thing I wanted to tell that officer was during Katrina, the police HQ, I think my uncle was staying on the West Bank at the time, that or Lakeview, and his house did not flood while the police station did, and he was the only person in the area that stayed. And my uncle works for Dow Chemical, and he's a gun guy, you know, he doesn't trust the federal government. And the police used his house with his permission, because he wasn't going to let him do it without it. It's like anytime I hear a cop talk shit about, like, I was here during Katrina, it's like, yeah, so was I. And I saw the shit that went down. To me, the worst part was the heat, in all honesty. It was hot as balls. A good bit of my friends who stay at Metairie and Lakeview, they all had their houses flood. Some of them only had a couple inches, and while others had about 6 feet to 11 feet.
Wow.
It all depends on the area you stay in. Because those areas, like Lakeview and such, were developed, like, 60s, 70s maybe. And, they were low-lying areas. That's where they usually have, and that's...
That place has awesome chicken, by the way, Hanks.
Oh, have you guys been to Brothers Chicken?
No. There's Brothers Chicken here?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow, I kind of want to go there now.
They got one, right? The only one that I know of, I mean, I know they got some of the ghettos and stuff.
Brothers Chicken isn't only in low-income areas.
Well, they got one right off the highway by the IHOP. It's a little bit further down. And we're coming up to the turn.
Captain Sal's. How long has Brothers Chicken been around?
Oh, I would not know about that, but
Does it predate Breaking Bad?
I'm sorry?
Does it predate Breaking Bad?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so.
Cool.
I don't know if you
there's any
guys know
connection.
this. Yeah, these are our streets. The exact reason why I think it's...
Did people just fix the potholes ever?
Nope. We do have...
Or I wonder how many of them were Gorilla and nobody knows because they just did it and didn't take credit.
Oh, like someone did it themselves?
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, people will fill gravel in the spots. I think that's another undercover cop. Or unmarked, whatever the hell.
Yeah, unlocked cruiser.
I don't see why they need tint so bad. Because when I hit my head in my accident, my eyes have been more sensitive to glare. And oncoming traffic at night, I would like to get a low tint on my front windshield. And they have limo tint on that shit.
Yeah, I noticed the tint laws here are different from New Hampshire, definitely. Those you can't have nearly as tinted.
Yeah.
I went here thinking they'd have more food when I should have gone to just the market down the street to begin with.
Where?
This place. There's not much. It's just like that to the other end of the wall. It's
no, these are all these really small
one
markets.
aisle. But I think it's called Market Gras. It's like Mardi Gras Market or something down on Royal. That's the spot. They hook it up. They got Wi-Fi. They got places to sit.
I don't know if you and Pete know about this, but we have drive-through daiquiri places in the city.
That's awesome.
The law is
Here's
you can't... Take it right?
Yeah.
You can't punch the top with the straw.